Hello and welcome back to Lizard and Hook. I'm Lizzie, the crochet designer here, and today we will be recreating this neck piece that I saw Anne Hathaway wearing as Penelope in the latest Odyssey movie. The minute I saw the movie, I knew that I wanted to recreate a bunch of the pieces, so stay tuned for that, and without further ado, let's get into it. You will need a 4mm hook, a 4-ply or DK yarn. For this project, I actually double-stranded a lace weight and fingering weight together, buttons, a darning needle or a regular needle if your yarn fits through it, and a pair of scissors. And you will need to know how to slip knot, chain, single crochet, half double crochet, and fasten off. With your yarn, create a slip knot and chain up to measurement A, which for me was about 12 inches. Make sure that you chain an odd number, as we will be holding the last stitch and turning your work, chaining 2 to create an even number of stitches along your first row. So for me, I'm chaining 45. Once I've chained up to the amount of stitches I need to cover the width of my neck, we are going to hold that last stitch, chain 2 equivalent of 1 half double crochet, and place a half double crochet into the back loop of that held stitch. And place a half double crochet into the next back bump and every back bump down your row. And this is what your piece should be looking like after one foundation row and one row of half double crochets. And we'll be creating enough rows of half double crochets to fit down the length of our neck. To start our next row and every half double crochet until we reach that length, I'm going to chain 2 and turn my work equivalent of 1 half double crochet. Place a half double crochet into that next stitch, not the one that is attached to our chain, but the very first open stitch, and place a half double crochet into the next stitch, and continue on until you reach the end of your row, making enough rows to cover the length of your neck. Once you have crocheted enough rows that your choker fits the length of your neck, we are going to start increasing at the base of our choker so it fits down our neck and shoulder area. For me here, I crocheted 8 rows of half double crochet, and we're going to continue on with the half double crochets, just increasing. For our increase row, chain 2 and turn your work equivalent of 1 half double crochet. Do not place another stitch into that stitch that our chain 2 is coming out of, but we're going to place 2 half double crochets into that first stitch, the next stitch. And into the next stitch, place 1 half double crochet. Into the next stitch, place 2 half double crochets. And into the next stitch, place 1 half double crochet, and continue this pattern of placing 2 half double crochets and then 1 half double crochet into the next stitch all the way along your row to create our increase along the whole side of your choker. And into your last stitch, place 2 half double crochets. And here you can see we have created an increase along that side of our choker. And for the next row, we're going to straighten off and we're just going to place 1 half double crochet into every stitch along the row. So to start our next row, chain 2 and turn your work equivalent of 1 half double crochet. Yarn over and place 1 half double crochet into that first stitch. and place 1 half double crochet into that last stitch. We're going to make as many half double crochet rows as necessary to fit comfortably down onto your upper shoulders, your lower neck. I'm going to make mine a little less deep than the one that's actually in the movie because I want it to be super wearable for everyday wear. But make it as far down as you like. And if you need to increase more for your length as it goes down your shoulders, simply place 1 half double crochet into the first stitch, 2 into the next, 1 into the next, 2 into the next, alternating until the end of your row, and then again placing half double crochets in the next few rows just until you meet the length that you would like for your choker. For the next 2 rows, I'm simply going to do plain half double crochet rows so that we have 1 alternating half double crochet, 2 half double crochet row, and then 3 straight half double crochet rows before we start turning our work and making our attachment onto the side that will clasp our choker together. Once again, chain 2 equivalent of 1 half double crochet and place a half double crochet into every stitch down the row. We'll do 2 more rows here and I will meet you once we have finished the main part of our collar choker. Once you have crocheted enough rows to comfortably fit on your neck and just down your shoulders as a collar, the end should be looking a little bit something like this, just slightly curving out. And now we're going to start making the side that will be the attachment where we'll start adding buttons so that we don't need to tie anything up on the back of our collar. So working straight from that last stitch, chain 1, equivalent of 1 single crochet, and we're going to turn our work onto the side and alternate placing 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet into each half double crochet row. So our chain 1 here counts as 1 single crochet, and I'm going to go straight into the first part of the stitch from the next row and place 1 more single crochet into the side of that second row. So we now have 1 single crochet into our first half double crochet row and 2 single crochets into our next half double crochet row, and continue this all the way down, placing 1 single crochet and placing 2 single crochets. And continue this along the rest of your row, and I will meet you at the last stitch. And after we've placed a single crochet into that last stitch, chain 2 equivalent of 1 half double crochet and place a half double crochet into every stitch down the row. I actually ended up crocheting 2 rows of half double crochet, and I tried it on and made sure that when it's on, the 2 sides touch just behind my neck, as we'll be extending this side, but we do want it to overlap for our buttons. So at this point, just keep adding half double crochet rows until your collar comfortably touches behind your neck. And from here, I'm just going to cut my yarn and pull through to fasten off. And that is one side done, and we are going to move on to the other side where we will attach our buttonholes, and then we will attach our buttons onto this side. On this side we will be making our buttonholes, and on this side we will be placing our buttons on so that we can use them as the closure for our neck piece. With the right side of your work facing you, we are going to make a slip knot and attach our yarn to that bottom corner on the side that we haven't worked through yet. Chain 1 equivalent of 1 single crochet to start the row, and just as we did for the other side, we are going to place 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet into the side of every row along your row here. So this counts as 1 single crochet. Into the next stitch, we're going to place 1 more single crochet. We're working along the other side, so the available loops that are natural are the opposite way around. So 2 into that first half double crochet and 1 single crochet into the next. Two into the side of the next. And 1 into the next. And continue this along the whole side, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. I finished this row with 18 single crochets, and on this side I am creating the buttonholes that need to be big enough for these buttons to go through. So for me, that is a chain 2 space separated by 2 half double crochets. But you can also frog this. It's so quick to make that if you have different sized buttons and you need a slightly wider or slightly smaller buttonhole, you can adjust as needed, but I will show you how I made my buttonholes. So chain 2 and turn your work equivalent of 1 half double crochet to start your row. Place 1 half double crochet into that first stitch, chain 2 and skip 2, 1, 2, and place a half double crochet into the next stitch so that we have a chain 2 gap here that is big enough for our button to go through. Place another half double crochet into the next stitch, chain 2, 1, 2, and again skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, place a half double crochet into the next, and place 1 half double crochet into the next, and continue this until the end of the row, chaining 2 and placing a half double crochet into the third stitch there. And 1 half double crochet into that last stitch. And here you can see you have your buttonhole side. And if you just need to test to see if your button will go through, mine actually goes through really nicely. You want to have a little bit of resistance so that it stays on, but also be able to pass through. So this is absolutely perfect. And for the next row, I'm simply going to chain 2 equivalent of 1 half double crochet and make a full half double crochet row. So place 1 more half double crochet into that first stitch, and then place 2 half double crochets through the buttonhole just to reinforce that buttonhole, and place a half double crochet into each of these half double crochets along the row. And repeat this, placing 2 half double crochets through the buttonhole and 2 half double crochets into the next stitches until you reach the last stitch, and we'll just place 1 half double crochet into that last stitch. Once you reach that last stitch and you half double crochet through that last stitch, cut your yarn and pull through to fasten off. You can see here we have a full collar, and we'll place our buttons along this side, and we have our buttonholes down this side. As you can see, I placed the buttons directly opposite the buttonholes on the other side of my neck piece so that they are exactly in alignment and can easily be looped through the buttonholes. To attach the buttons, thread the yarn through a needle, fold it over so it's double-stranded, and create a knot at the bottom of your yarn. Making sure to go through the actual buttonhole and not to thread the sides together, come from behind, pull your thread through the hole on your button and back through the front. If you like, you can repeat this so your button is super sturdily attached, and then cut your yarn with a tail and create a double knot at the base of your yarn. Make sure to repeat this for all of your buttons and you are finished with your neck piece.